everybody. Shout out to Ross in the group. I'm going to do a quick kind of ASMR opening of this because he packed it up all nice, and it's going to play a part in this video here. Let's check it out. Spin scepter. Do I need that? Oh, that's intense. Oh, sorry about that. So this was really cool. Well, let's open it up first before I talk. That's cool. Shout out to Ross. He was nice enough after watching the best and worst of 2024. I mentioned that I was still curious about trying the Bit 05 from Lautie. And that's what this is. In stainless steel and brass. And so this one is probably one of the cooler of the Bit series, just because it's got all these options for the ball bearings inside. Right? They also sell this piece of glass that they call sapphire. It'll really make it sound intense, but it's just a little glass shield, a viewing window. I don't know, but those little balls in there just make a really cool sound. And then this scepter comes with it, I guess. Pop that off. Take that out, and now that piece that I could not for the life of me get open. I take that and somehow connect it all. So beautifully packaged. Yeah. Oh. Yes, of course. Duh. Oh, that's fun. And maybe you can add that on there for a little extra length or lanyard's sake. Probably just have to unscrew. Oh, yep. Whoops. That's really cool. So, yeah. Shout out for letting me lend this. You know, I mentioned that it was still on my list of things to try. I'm not usually a Lautie guy, but this spinner, obviously with that sound, made it kind of unique, and added kind of a little factor to it that piqued my curiosity. And so then it comes with all these different types of balls. And you've got the red sapphire, or red glass. Here we've got, what does that say? May cause cancer. Oh, that's tungsten. Cool. Tungsten may cause cancer. Reproductive harm. My word. So yeah, each of these is going to give you a different sound. It looks like they're all 5mm. That's the magic number for these. Original stainless steel, ceramic silicone nitride, titanium. That's so cool. And it'll change the weight of them, you know. The Zerk version of this with the red glass beads in there looks really beautiful. That's one thing that Lautie just has. They've got that kind of down. All their stuff really looks gorgeous, even if I'm not a huge fan of it overall. But that is going to lead us into the discussion of my favorite spinners. So, that's not the right thing. So there's that. There's this. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. Get that out. You know, and I'm new to spinners. I know maybe people are upset that I found spinners because they're worried my interest will wane in the neat trinkets that I'm generally apt to review. It's not going to happen. I like spinners, and I'm really finding the inroad to loving them, but I will always trinket. I will always love the other types of fidgets. So we're going to look at, I've got a little bearing tool, just a cheap one that I bought on eBay of all places. I don't know if anybody uses eBay anymore except for me, and it's very rare. But we started off with the Bit 05. So cool to have that as part of the review. I love a good sound, and I think that's part of spinners for me, or what I found was everything makes a difference. The button makes a difference. The bearing makes a difference, and the combinations are endless, and that's kind of what's cool about them, is I didn't really see the trinketization of them, but now I get it. Now I understand. What should we start with? Let's pull out this I found in a drawer. Somebody sent me some extra randos one time, and this little guy was in there, and I had forgotten about him. I don't know where he came from, if it's even a brand, if it came from the dollar store, maybe. But it's actually kind of nice. So I swapped it out with a bearing from, I think it's Heck, it's H-E-C. He sent a sample bearing bag, right? And so each of these little bags, just the tiniest little bags you've ever seen, had, you got the Golden Eagle, M9S, SFHC3, you know, I don't know what they all mean, but I tried them each out, and then some just randoms that I just have laying around. And so I will go through and I will pop bearings out, pop them in, try it out with all the different buttons I've got, and find the perfect combinations. And we'll do some swapping here, but I don't know about that guy, but he's just tiny. He's kind of fun. Unquiet Hands, and then Cap, Kinetic Asian Pacific, also have incredible bearings, and I think Dark Energy or Dark Matter is one of the best. It's this black ceramic bearing that just sounds incredible. Cap right here. Okay, we've got the cell in titanium. This is the original button that came with the cell. And this might be the one that has that bearing that I'm talking about in it. Nope. This just has stainless steel bearings in it. All right. So that is the cell from Cap, K-A-P. But you can hear that. It's super satisfying to hear. All right. Coming in right behind it with Cap also is this Clover. I had it in stainless steel. I sold it so that I could buy the titanium one. Just as beautiful. I thought, oh, I'm going to get it for a lighter weight. And I'll enjoy it more. I kind of liked the stainless steel one more. I don't know. I haven't totally decided, but either way, it's a great design. Stainless steel one was heavy as hell, but this one's interesting. I gotta say, I think I like having a raised button. It's a little easier to hold and not worry about touching the body of the spinner, but I like to touch the back of it, and you see how it just changes the kind of pattern formation in the spin that you see. It's kind of fun. It's like messing with a water ripple or something like that. So that guy's really good. Let's see, this guy, and we're looking at all price ranges here. This guy's a little more expensive, but not super expensive for a Lautie product. They just have a lot of add-ons that kind of end up raising the cost. But I want to say he was under 200. This guy, no idea. This guy was 110 and then 125. And then this is the Mind's Eye from, I want to say, like Obsidian EDC or something like that. But this guy's a cheapo. He's really like, he might be like $40 or something like that. Let's see what bearing is. Let's see if oh, he's got the Dark Matter. I know I'm doing that with my fingernails, which is disgusting, but let's get this out of there so you can see what that looks like. You see that? Don't mind my marker I was drawing. So that whole outside ring of the bearing is this ceramic. And this guy I've swapped. Shout out to Mel at EDC Fidget, who shared some of these with me. When I was learning how to use the bearing press tool, I cracked one of them, and that was a sad day for me, because I was really treasuring these things. They're like $15 a piece, so it's not a cheap endeavor to get something that goes inside of there and is never seen, but but heard. Listen to this. That guy's just a great little spinner, and even without the dark matter in it, it's great. Which brings me to my next point. I was pretty sold on the fact that I only could do tries and quads because the gyroscopic nature of it, like when you spin this, you can feel this pull from the spin that's really interesting. And I thought, I'm not really interested in the bar spinners because you do that and you start going like this and it kills the whole spin. See that? So I thought I wasn't into bar spinners or the feel of them. I kind of am, because the reveal at the end is going to be the newest to my collection. All right. Then you got the tree foil from Metal Toys. Just the different shapes and feels. I've been there. I didn't like spinners. I didn't see the appeal. And now it kind of makes sense. Granted, they still are never in my pocket. I'm not ever bringing these with me outside of the house, really. They're more like for movie watching at home, sitting on the couch. This guy, I think in my wrap-up of 2024, I put in my indifferent category. And then I just kept swapping out the bearings over and over and over again and found the perfect one. And is it Screaming Eagle? No. Well, I don't even know which one that is, but it's good. That's, I've got a couple blind spots. If you've ever purchased something from me or you know me, you know that I never keep track of the strength of magnets in my sliders. I'm just swapping them out until all the corners are even. I don't keep track, like have them all labeled N52 to 48 or whatever. That's a New Year's resolution of mine. But knowing which bearing is in each spinner, that's for 2026. This guy is like Dark Kitty EDC. I think it's called the Vector. I'll put the correct one on the screen, but also a good one. I mean, it's got these little kind of spots for your finger to give it a start, although I've been told that the way I spin spinners is also incorrect. Guess what? Works for me. Again, I like this guy, but I do like him when I swap these buttons. That's beautiful, because it gives it's raised up a little more away from the body, makes the spin a little easier. I've got this guy, and I'm gonna confess something. This was on AliExpress for really cheap, and I figured it had to be a knockoff, and it was, of the Hope spinner. But what I do is occasionally, if I see a knockoff of something I'm on the fence about buying, if I buy it and give it a shot, and I like it. Now I can hunt and know my money will be well spent. And the Hope Spinner will be a target of mine this year. This is a mechanical spinner, so you've got these little arms that pop out, which has a little spot for like trits or glow tubes, which would be pretty sweet. So you spin it, they all fan out, and then as it slows down, they close up. It's pretty cool. I like that. So when you look at that, Hope Spinner, definitely not knockoff. Then it's outfitted with Fidget Boy buttons right now, but Jamie from Lick EDC was nice enough to share this guy with me. I want to say it's an edamame. I'm still getting familiar with his brand, but he's got a storefront, and then he sells stuff off of Facebook. But this thing with, I'll show these buttons on the next one, is insane. That thing's really cool, really lightweight. It's just a clear resin. It almost looks like sea glass. So it's like when you find a really smooth piece of a glass bottle in the sand or something. Kind of cool. All right. My X-Boy Light, which is one of my treasures, now outfitted with glow buttons from Lick EDC. Let's turn some lights off here. Give you the experience. Look at how cool that is. It creates this halo effect because the glow is hitting the inner ridges of the spinner, and it just looks killer. So cool. And sounds great. I mean, you cannot deny how incredible that sounds. Wow. So swapping these buttons, and I'll do some button swaps here in a minute. That guy sings. Shout out to Jamie. So this is how he sends his stuff, which I didn't know until I saw somebody's post. They had a box that they were like, this one's a keeper. He'll draw stuff on it. Yes. 2.0 grips. Yeah, that's right. These are the 2.0 grips. So they're a little thinner, but they're concave. So they really are perfect for your fingers. The other ones are taller, and I think the edge is not as chamfered. So I asked for the 2.0. Lick loves you. Little goofy face. Then he sent with some stickers. Very frickin' cool. I love all the colors. Chunky. So, you know, the rabbit hole has begun. But here is the reveal of my newest piece as of today. That is a Zerk Buzzboy with the brand new titanium anodized dog bowl buttons. Listen to this. You hear that ring? Look at how gorgeous that is. You've got these machined lines kind of fanning out that some of the full stainless steel X-Boys had. Super smooth edge there. And that ringing noise behind it, incredible. So that is my full spinner collection as of right now. So let's quickly trade out the buttons. Don't forget that sound. See that? Or hear that, I guess? Totally opened it up. Gave it a killer sound. Just by changing the buttons. Which really makes your head swim, because now you're like, okay, I thought maybe the bearing was bad in there or not adequate for that spinner. No, you just needed a button change. So now you start flip-flopping all these buttons. Now you're like, oh my God, what if I take these glow ones and I put it on the cell? Which, by the way, I love these glow buttons. Even the inside, it isn't a screw, so it doesn't create any black inside. You know, you don't see like a screw when it's glowing. It all glows. It's like a clear threaded screw in the middle. That's louder now. It's bananas. There's so much you can do. Now let's take these kick-ass new buttons from that, and now look how awesome that looks. Now this one was already pretty loud, but it's a little quieter now that those aren't on there. So the titanium mutes that a little bit. Let's see if this one rings a little more with these on here, or if it rings less. See, now it's a really good spin, but I'm not hearing that ring. Wow. So, all that to say, so many options. It is really changed my tinkering game. You know, I still struggle with the idea of paying a fidget money for just a pair of buttons. But when it can absolutely create a new fidget out of something that you already have, it's kind of hard not to. It's just super interesting, all the different options. So, oh, there's the Screaming Eagle. Is that all gold bearing in there? So there you go. Those are my spinners. Hope you liked the video. If you're into spinners, I'm sure some people will scroll right on by. Shout out to Ross again for letting me borrow this. I will mess with this for the rest of the weekend and figure some stuff out. Shout out to Jamie at Lick EDC. I love that guy. I love the new buttons. Shout out to Jason at Fidget Boy and his machining partner John Beal, who brings his visions to life, always in the most badass, colorful way. Cap EDC, and whoever sent me this many moons ago. So thank you guys. Spinners, I'm in.